Hello friends, back with another Cold Mac video. Today we're going to check out how we can do some feedback patching to force it to self-oscillate. So let's get into it. It's a relatively simple patch to get Cold Mac making some noise. And I got to shout out the Instagram user, probably just Matt, for spelling this patch out for me. Thank you, mates. So let's get into it. We go Crease output into the survey inputs. By the way, this is going from the right output into my mixer, so that's what we're going to listen to. You'll notice it's a stackable, that's essential, or if you want to take it to a mult, that's fine too. Okay, so next we're going to go Mac output to the offset, and we're going to take the right output via the stackable or your mult to the Crease input to complete the feedback circuit. You'll notice it is not currently making noise. That is because we need to chuck a patch cable in the left input. So it's dependent on where the survey knob is. And as you can hear, the feedback creates a self-oscillating oscillator, I guess. Cool. You can actually get a different response if you plug it into the right output as well. Sounds like a drowning animal. Yeah, so that's cool and all, but what can we do with that? This is about finding musical uses for Cold Mac. After all, that's not especially musical. So look, I'll just chuck a random LFO into that input for the moment. Yeah, musical, questionable. It's doing something, it's interesting. If we chuck a more steady LFO into it. This is a bipolar LFO. If we make it unipolar, it's a bit more steady. Let's go back to bipolar. So I'm not sure if this will come across in the video, but you can kind of tell just by listening that there is some movement happening there subsonically, like some LFO rate signal changes. You can hear a bit of clicking and a little bit of kind of like a noisy sound coming through. And what that tells to me straight away is that there's movement happening in the signal. So it actually makes a pretty good modulator for an ordinary VCO. So I've got the Instro CSL up here. So I'm going to plug Cold Mac's output into its FM input, and we can kind of listen to that, and we'll listen to the sine output of the CSL. So nothing yet. Turn up the FM. So as you can hear, there's a lot of movement happening in that signal. And to me, that's a much more musical use for this, because anything kind of rhythmic in modulation. Like, I think that's inherently useful, particularly for maybe things like techno. But if you follow my channel at all, you'll know I'm not really making techno. I'm mostly exploring kind of textural ambient music and soundscapes. So we're going to explore this patch a bit further. And we're going to utilize a few other utilities that I've got around Cold Mac at the moment. So let's turn that off, unplug this, and we'll go back to listening to it. And turn that down a little bit. I'm going to take the Crease output through a few things before we return it to the survey input. So I'm going to put it through mod to mix, which is a VCA, a bipolar VCA. Take the output of that, run it through a slew limiter. Then I'm going to take the output of that and take it back to the survey. And it just gives us a few little parameters to play with. So the slew limiter here essentially acts as a filter. So these are the rise and fall times. Awesome. Turning that signal down a bit. It still feedbacks when it's very low. Cool. One thing I always like to do to a patch is add in some noise. So let's do that. Got a white noise output over here. Going to add it to the auxiliary input of mod to mix and take the output from the sum. So that right there, that is something that I would 100% use in a patch. You know, it's rhythmic, it's textural, it's everything I look for in sounds at the moment. Out of curiosity, I'm going to take this, I've forgotten what this output is called, but like the folded positive output or whatever it is, into the VCA input, see what happens. Yeah, not a whole lot. How about we take the left output? Yeah, it's not doing a lot, is it? Let's try adding that as a modulator into the CSL again. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I'm into that. Let's try a different LFO shape. Let's try random. Meh. Alrighty, that'll do us, I think. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have an awesome day. Feel free to chuck me a subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this on Cold Mac and whatever else I feel like doing when I do stuff. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Bye.